Hello everybody and welcome to the Chelsea Fans Channel. Now as you can see, I have a little bit of a different background today. I am at the Football Republic and we are going to be discussing the main issue, which is Italian defender Leonardo Bonucci. So guys, there have been reports that Roman Abramovich is willing to break the bank to sign the Italian defender, and here to help us address those rumours is Marco from Italian Football TV. Marco, how are you?
I'm doing great. I'm very happy to be here.
You are? Oh, we're happy to have you. All right then, darling. So, tell me, are Chelsea going to sign him?
I don't want to be the downer of the channel, but I think that it's going to be very difficult for Chelsea to get Bonucci.
Oh my God, don't depress me. Well, look, from us Chelsea fans, we are feeling a little bit down at the moment. Our defence obviously needs a lot of work, and he, for us, would be the perfect signing. He has a brilliant relationship with Conte. They spent 3 years working together, and I think he calls him the Godfather. Is that right? So they have a brilliant relationship, and of course, I mean, if Chelsea are willing to break the bank, surely that means we're, obviously quite desperate to get him. And if Roman Abramovich has his way, if Conte has his way, surely are you not a little bit worried about that?
No, you're absolutely right that they have a fantastic relationship. When Bonucci signed for Juventus during a bad time before Conte came, he was a terrible defender. A lot of fans did not like him. Once Conte came and the management changed, Bonucci became the world-class defender that we know today, one of the best in Europe, and they absolutely have a fantastic relationship. I just think that there's a lot more that's going to go into it than just Antonio Conte.
Yeah, well, I mean, to be fair, Chelsea haven't seemed to have got most of the players they wanted during the summer transfer window. So why do you think there's going to be a little bit of difficulty in signing him then?
Apart from the obvious, recently Bonucci's had a tough time this season, more off the field than on the field. His son Matteo has been sick. He's even missed a few games throughout the season. And yesterday he even cried during the press conference before Italy-Spain, saying that there's more important things to life than just football, and he cares about his family. And I think that Torino has really become his home. He's been the captain for Juventus a few times. He's stepping up as a leader to this team, and I think that he's going to be a foundation to this side. We've seen some players move on at Juventus, Paul Pogba and Arturo Vidal, but generally with the Italians and with the connection that Bonucci has to Torino and the club, I think that this one will be very difficult, and it's more than just the money.
Yeah, I think, to be fair, you raised some very good points. Like I say, Chelsea have had a very hard time trying to sign players they've wanted. But, I really do feel like this time, because Abramovich is going out of his way almost, it seems, and preparing for the January transfer window, like they're going to make that extra effort to sign him. Leonardo, like you say, he's been having a bit of a tough time this season. And you're saying that it's obviously more than just a professional decision; it's more of a personal decision as well. But Chelsea does appeal to a lot of players, and Juve are, to be fair, very reluctant to let go of their players, aren't they?
No, absolutely, especially in their back line. It's the defense has virtually been untouched in 5 years at least, so it's going to be difficult to lure Bonucci away.
Yeah, exactly. So, Marco, providing, obviously you're not giving me the greatest of hope here that we're going to get him, but say we do you think he would fit in well with a Chelsea squad?
Oh, absolutely. Bonucci's a world-class player. It's so nice to see him get some recognition after his fantastic Euros and Champions League last season, where he's been much better than Chiellini, although Chiellini often gets a spotlight. Bonucci did struggle at first at Juventus when they were in a back four, and once Conte came, he did that back three, and they became a wall with Barzagli and Chiellini. But I think that if Bonucci, a big if, he did go to Chelsea, apart from just his world-class abilities, one-on-one defending, he's fantastic. His passes, he actually one time played as a vice Pirlo, as a replacement for Pirlo, because his passes are incredible. If you saw his assist to Giaccherini in the Euros, you know what I'm talking about. But more than that, he's a leader on the pitch. He's absolutely sensational in getting the guys going, and the stuff that he says to his teammates and just making it, as a family rather than just a team, he would be absolutely incredible.
Yeah, see, that was what I was going to ask you, actually. Chelsea, obviously, at the moment, our defence is sort of the centre of our attention, more negatively than in a positive light, to be honest. We haven't been with JT. Now he's been injured for a couple of weeks. How do you think he played with JT, and how do you think he handled it without him? Like you said, he's a leader. We're looking for that, to be honest.
John Terry is world class. We know even an Italian knows, how John Terry is. Bonucci would fit in perfectly. I think he's a smart player. He learns quickly. He's adapted well, even in hard situations. Even today, we'll see him play with a young guy like Romagnoli, and he does well, just like he's done with an experienced player like Chiellini or Barzagli. I think that with John Terry, things would be fantastic. You'd have two leaders at the back. And I always believe that for a team, the most important thing is to build from the center, build from the back, and then you could, make the core better. So if Chelsea did get him, and I think he would probably be the best defender on the market to sign, things would be incredible for them.
Yeah, I was talking with Rory about that actually. So he's obviously you're mentioning playing with JT, but if JT isn't there, because I mean to be fair, his contract is sort of getting renewed yearly, and we never know when he's going to leave Chelsea. What about without him?
No, like I said, I think his adaptability has been fantastic. He's shown it in the past, whether it's with Italy or with Juventus, teams that hold, a heavy weight for the shirt that they wear. And I think especially with Conte being there, I think it would be incredible. And I think that if Bonucci did go to Chelsea, big things would happen for them.
Yeah, so it seems like he's a perfect fit for Chelsea, but it's just getting him there that's going to be the issue, personally and professionally. Just the last one then. We've talked about him coming to Chelsea. What about the Premier League?
There has been interest from Manchester City. We've heard Juve's director has confirmed it in the past. I think that he's not going to leave Juventus soon, at least. I think that they want to build. He's believed in the project that Juve have at the moment. They're trying to push for a Champions League. They've been trying to push, so they're trying to keep that core very stable, virtually untouched. A move to Premier League, a lot of players, and especially Italian players, have been saying that they want to one day go abroad. Look how many Italians are in the Premier League now coaching. And it's beautiful to see, and I'd definitely be open to it. I just think that in January especially, I think there's no chance, and even this summer, it's going to be very, very difficult.
Yeah, I mean, like I say, quite a lot of foreign players come over and play in the Premier League, but sometimes their transfers don't go as well as I think what they would have hoped, because obviously we know the Premier League is a lot different to La Liga, the Bundesliga. So do you think he'd struggle, or do you think it's just more of a personal preference of where he'd be?
Italians have a good track record at Chelsea. It's a reason that I always supported Chelsea a little bit more favorable towards them. No, I don't think that he would struggle. I think that his defensive ability in Italy, Italy gets a lot of slack for not being the best offensive league, but defensively, Italians know how to defend. And I think that he'd just bring a different class to the Premier League and to Chelsea if he ever did go.
Yeah. Why are you saying if? It's a must. It could happen, okay? It's not completely impossible here.
It's not impossible, but it's very difficult. I'm sorry.
No, I'm joking. Yeah, we all know it's going to be quite difficult, guys. Marco, thank you so much for joining us. Guys, let me know what you think. Do you think we'll get him? Do you think it's too impossible? Do you think Bonucci would fit in well with our Chelsea squad? We all know that our defence is in dire need of replenishment. So yeah, guys, let me know your thoughts. Comment below, and I'll see you all super soon.
Welcome to Backpage Blues. I'm joined by Charlie the Hurricane Skillen from the Mail Online. You may notice that he's sporting a bit of a black eye. I believe that was something to do with a trip to Estonia.